Weekly.
Yeah. Weekly.
Listening to some IGN podcast.
Mark's trying out a new podcast.
Yeah.
CC Weekly. Episode doesn't matter for September 25th.
Man, you're really good at dates. I
It's
have
written on
no
this
idea.
iPad. So Apple's really good at dates.
Good. I've lost all track of time.
So, yeah, you've been really busy. Is that blood on your pants?
Yeah. Actually, it is.
Okay.
Hopefully it's mine. I don't
We'll
know.
talk about that later. Do I need to tell the police that you were with me all night?
Let's move on.
How is Megan? So, we're going to have some news first up. First news item. Sony announces that they will not support console modding of the Skyrim remastered, super released,
Right.
fantastic edition.
Most important part is that Xbox is going to allow it.
Xbox 100% fully opened up its arms and said,
And,
mod away.
right. And who is it? Bethesda? Who does this?
Bethesda.
And they were like, we're all set to go. We got it ready to go for the PS4 too. Sony's like, you know what? You can do these mods, but you can't do these mods. They said it's very specific about what they would allow them to do. So they're backing out.
So, I mean, Skyrim's not a game that I was going to purchase, but this is like, I feel like this is a big... So here's the question. The game, Skyrim is what, 6 years old now?
Yeah?
Oh, well, I don't know how old Skyrim is. It's old.
It's something like that. Yeah.
I
don't know.
2013 maybe?
What's that, 3 years?
3, so whatever. Feels like 6.
I don't know.
When a game is that good, it feels like 6.
Oh, boy.
So it's an old game. So does them saying, no, you can't... It's an old game that people have been able to mod since the beginning on PC. So by Sony saying, no, you can't mod, does this hurt them? I guess the question is, how many copies of the Skyrim Super Ultra HDR 4K Power Edition they thought they were going to sell?
True.
Like, because...
Why? The question is, why wouldn't they allow it? Like, what would this do to their... Is there a reason? There must be a reason.
So maybe they're concerned that by modding that game, you find a way to crack into and mod or hack your PS4. It could be a parental control thing, because some of the mods are more adult in nature.
Fair enough.
But Sony's not overly known for cracking down on parental stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why Xbox, this whole console generation, I have to say that I am really impressed with how Xbox and PlayStation both have listened to what the consumers want and sort of not necessarily given them everything they want, but they've gone more towards what do the consumers want, what are the consumers saying, okay, let's do what we can do. So at the launch, obviously the infamous the Xbox DRM regulations and
always online.
Always online.
No use games.
And Sony came out and they're like, we're not going to do any of that, and $299 or $299 or whatever the fucking price was. High. So that was like sort of them listening, and then Microsoft right away was like, you know what, we're going to go out, we hear what you're saying, we're going to pull back the reins on that, we're going to change our policies a bit, we're adapting for you. And then Microsoft, again, with the backwards compatibility. Now, whether or not they said we're going to do backwards, I don't know if it was a case of we're getting crushed by PlayStation, who doesn't do backwards compatibility. What is something we can give the fans? What is something we can give the consumers that they're not, maybe make a backwards compatibility, because it's a big deal for a lot of people, so they put that in.
All right. Here's the thing.
So is Microsoft saying, we want you to be able to mod because they like us? Or are they saying,
maybe
go ahead and do it because we don't care if you hack the Xbox?
Microsoft just seems like they want everybody to have a PC. Like, it's essentially going to be a PC. Their console, you can play it on both PC and Xbox. The best thing about Microsoft right now is that you buy a game and you have it forever. Essentially, you can keep playing it on PC. You can play it on your Xbox. They even have the backwards compatibility now. That's what they have going for it. And, I mean, it's Microsoft. They're heavily leaning towards it being a PC. Big thing about PCs is modding, so I think it was just inevitable that this was going to happen on their console.
So then why would Sony say no? Especially knowing that... So let's assume there's not a huge competition, not a huge push for people to grab the Skyrim boat. If you haven't played Skyrim at this point, chances are you weren't going to play it. and a lot of people who are getting this are probably getting free upgrades anyway.
True.
I would say at this point, Sony doesn't think the modding is that big of a deal breaker that they don't, because they're not worried about losing sales over it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. It's an old game, like you said. I don't care. I mean, the funny thing is, the people who might pick it up are the people who are like, okay, I haven't tried mods. I had it on PS3.
Yeah.
I can try mods now on my PS4.
And now they can't.
And now they can't. So they are possibly losing that market, but I don't know. I don't.
Is there anybody out there who's excited for Skyrim Super HDR 4K Ultra Combo Edition?
Chances are, if you were going to mod, you were already playing on PC anyway.
Maybe.
But are you not one of those people? Are you one of the people who were looking forward to modding on?
Yeah. So what else we got from news this week? Recore launched. Xbox One game. You don't hear usually a lot of Xbox love from us. It's just not a console that we're interested in. It's usually not games we're interested in. But this one actually looks decent.
I want to play it so bad, dude.
And the biggest deal for me is it didn't launch at the $70 or $80 price tag. It launched at $50.
And this is Inafune. This is after Mighty Number 9. This is post Mighty 9 Inafune.
I think it shows, though, that developers or publishers are willing to say, you know what? Like, look at the Order 1886. I own that, but I bought it when it was on sale for $10.
Mm-hmm.
By all accounts, that is a shorter game, 5 to 7 hours, which isn't a bad thing. Short games are good to have around every now and then.
Yeah.
But you could have dropped the price. I would say that it's not worth the same cost as Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a 200-hour game.
Fair enough.
So that's an $80 game. Maybe Order 1886 should have launched at a $50 range or a $40 range. And now it looks like Recore is doing that. They're coming out and saying, here's a game. Maybe it's not as long as other games. You know what I mean?
Why is it cheaper?
I don't know. Does anybody out there know why it's cheaper?
I don't know. But man, it looks fun. It has a lot of lukewarm reception, but I am interested, and I pray that it comes to Sony somehow. Well, I know it won't. I'll end up buying it 10 years from now like I did with Lost Odyssey with the 360.
The funny thing is, an Xbox One is $300, so it's cheaper, 300 Canadian, so it's $80 cheaper than a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that section where you can go custom make your controllers, that online thing.
It's pretty cool.
And I saw a few people we follow on Twitter made their own. I would love to have a Cartridge Club Xbox One controller, but I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have a PS4 either. And right now I'm super on the fence for either one. But so that's that news,
dude. Get a PS4.
Lastly, is this last thing? Yeah. Lastly, we have so the Oculus Rift. We were going to talk about the NX, but
NX. A lot of rumors.
Yeah, a lot of rumors. Nothing confirmed. Did not make an appearance at the Tokyo Game Show.
A lot of people are crazy about it.
Pandemonium.
Yeah, it's
cats and dogs living together.
Yes,
it'll be anarchy. So the Oculus Rift founder, there was a big scandal that he was making the hate memes aimed at Hillary Clinton for Donald Trump.
This isn't really news. It's
Insomniac and Polytron were like, we're going to pull support. We don't support hate speech and anything like that. He came out with an actual statement himself.
What's his name? The guy that made Oculus?
It is Lucky, something Lucky.
Yeah, Palmer Lucky.
And he came out and said, I didn't actually make any of these memes. I guess he supports some political wing down in the States where he thought that the name of the
they said they
Nimble America. Yeah. So Nimble America was this new advertising thing in the States. He thought they had a lot of good ideas, so he gave them $10,000, and that was his contribution. So the rumors of him actually doing it. Is this news? No, not really.
But who cares? Like, are you not allowed to post political speech, like that you hate the other party? Is that against the law? I mean, they're doing it legally, aren't they?
No, it's some pretty harsh stuff. The memes are like
really that bad.
Yeah,
I watch Judge Judy sometimes.
No, worse than Judge. It's not Judge.
No, I'm not talking about Judge Judy. I'm talking about the commercials. While Judge Judy's playing.
Yeah,
and they're all American ones talking about this Hassan lady and Kelly Ayotte. They're running for something.
Fucking Kelly Ayotte.
But it's just nothing but smears, and it's on TV. So I'm like, I don't care.
These were
make your videos.
Super offensive.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton memes.
Okay, never mind.
Like,
is it like Trump Tendo?
Yeah.
Tendo's a good one.
So that's it for news, I think.